Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me here on this very festive day, even though it looks like I'm going to a funeral. But today we're going to be doing something really exciting, and I feel like I say that every single video, so maybe that's a phrase of mine. It's so exciting, but today truly is so exciting. I designed something out of the blue, and I'm going to give you a backstory. Okay, so I was sitting in my living room drinking some hot cocoa. This sounds so dramatic, but this is like how it happened. Drinking some hot cocoa, looking at the tree and being like, wow, what a beautiful tree. Christmas, oh Christmas, you know. And then I was like, I just finished my crystal Barbie design and video, and I think it was like the night it was uploaded, and I was just sitting there and I was like, wow, what do I do now? I don't care. And I was looking around and I just remembered of a holiday dress that I used to have. And I was like, wow, you know, with a couple tweaks that would make a really good outfit for a Barbie. And I was like, oh my God, why have I not done this? So today we are going to be designing and creating our very own holiday Barbie.
Isn't this antique darling? It's handcrafted and almost 100 years old.
Holiday Barbie has been around since 1988.
Old maiden.
And she is one of the first introductions into the Barbie Collector series. And she also was used as the first introduction for like children into the Barbie Collector series as well. She was like your starter doll. At a time, this Barbie was very prestigious and valuable, and it was one of those Barbies that people really waited and camped out in lines to get. And then the internet came along and then kind of threw a wrench in all of those plans, as one does. And I'm a big fan of the Holiday Barbie line. I get super excited whenever a new one is released. Not as of recent, because like if you know, you know, like it's in the newer Holiday Barbies, they look very lackluster.
For instance, here's this year's holiday doll. This doll were a spice, she would be flour. I've heard of making dresses out of drapes, but not tablecloths. And that bland hair and little to no jewelry. This dress sums up our whole year. She is giving recession. Also, I send no hate to the designer. I really truly think you guys are just doing what you're told. You probably got a pipsqueak budget, no more and no less. At least I'd like to think that. Because if not, and y'all are truly serious, then girl, bye.
Oh, that's cute! No!
But enough shade thrown at Mattel right now. This whole video is probably going to be filled with some shady moments where we messy girls can just sit back and have a couple giggles, you know. But the main important fact is that I wanted to be able to bring something to the table that was reminiscent of past Holiday Barbie designs, but brought them into the present of Barbie, like where Barbie could go, you know. Maybe like if I had the reins of her, this is probably like where I would take her in my direction. You don't have to agree with me, you don't have to agree with my direction, but my direction of Barbie now, because of like how the world is, I would make her very fantasy, very extra, very out there, because we all need a form of escape in this world. And I think that our fashion dolls are a perfect form of escapism. After all, they are a form of imaginative play. So today we are gonna get down. We're gonna add glitter. We're gonna add festive and cheer. What is a holiday Barbie, you may ask? If you do not know what a holiday Barbie is, let's look at a couple of my favorites.
So if you have been living under a rock and you don't know what a holiday Barbie is, this is a holiday Barbie. This is the original 1988 Holiday Barbie. And as you can see, she's serving up 80s Barbie realness with a mismatch of superstar Barbie jewelry and perfume pretty Barbie jewelry, as well as perfume pretty Barbie shoes. Let's see, she's got so many layers under here. And then we have the saddle stand there, which was not commonly used with Barbie at this time. This is one of the first real collector Barbies, but she was also marketed to children as well, because she also came with a hairbrush, and it played to both markets of adult collectors and children collectors. And she was said to be a keepsake item. So this was not a common doll, and back in those days, like if you can't remember a day without the internet, let me tell you, it was very difficult to find things you were looking for just like on the spot. You had to search every single freaking store in every single county, and you really had to go on treasure hunts. Now, something very similar to those old days like treasure hunts are going to be going to your flea markets, you know, where not every single flea market is going to have the same stock, the same prices, you know, so on and so forth. So imagine it like that, but kind of worse. And then you had people selling in back alleys and parking lots. Like they would go out like doll scalpers. They were still there too. And they would go out and buy these dolls and people would pay for them because they found them, you know, highly collectible. And at one point, this doll in the box, which I've had 3 different times, was worth $1,000 and up. She was very expensive. Now you can get her very, very cheap. I got this doll at a doll show for $15 in the box. Just to like give you for reference, like, you know, like the price has gone down since eBay has come around, and especially since people are thinning out their Holiday Barbie collections, because these dolls were looked upon as heirlooms and were sold as such and marketed as such later on in the years. But they play a vital part in Barbie as far as being a collectible doll. You know, it wasn't just collecting vintage dolls now, it was also collecting current. And she was really the beginning of something new into a Barbie collector series, which throughout the 90s evolved into what is now today Barbie Signature, but back then they had higher standards and better quality. And I would say like their quality peak was in the late 90s and right at the early 2000s. That was like the sweet spot for Mattel as far as Barbie collectors concerned. Everything was just primo, and even in the play line, everything just had a lot of quality and the execution was really good. And the execution here is not bad either. We have a velveteen kind of top here. It's not real velvet, it's a stretch velvet, but it looks like velvet. And we have beautiful mylar ribbon with 3 little beads and a little piece of felt to be holly, and she's got the same on her hair bow. Like I mentioned, she has the typical superstar Barbie jewelry, which this was the last year for it, 1988. They didn't make it after that. And there's that necklace. It's a really pretty necklace too. The hair is made of Kanekalon. It is that fluffy material. This is box hair. I did not do anything to this hair, I think, as you can see, like in the back. But for box hair, for being in the box as long as she was, like, it's still very pretty. It's not very bad at all. And the main part of her gown is this humongous skirt. What is a collector Barbie of this era without a big fat skirt? And it's got 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers of tulle, and then it has some nylon tricot under that, and then a thick piece of nylon tricot to form the dress. It's really nice, and it's all held together with a snap in the back, just one. The problem with this dress that I find is that it likes to ride up. It doesn't have like any perma panties to hold it down between the legs. So it does like to ride up to the waist, so you have to constantly keep pulling it down. That's if you're playing with it. Later releases of a Holiday Barbie that used this same silhouette, like the 1990 doll, they did add panties, so that way the bodice wouldn't ride up. So they seem to know that they kind of made a mistake there, but look at that beautiful face. Is that not a beautiful doll or what? Just gorgeous. But this is the start of a Holiday Barbie, and this is really where we're going to pull some references from whenever it comes to designing this doll. Another doll that we're going to pull reference from is this one right here. This is the 1990 Holiday Barbie, and she was sold right next to the Barbie Magical Mansion, which is my dream house. And I wish I had it, but I don't, but maybe someday. Look at that beautiful, extravagant dress. One sad part about this dress is it does not go to the back.
God, how awful!
So, but in the box, it's beautiful presentation because you can't see the back. But It is so gorgeous. It is giving Glinda from Wicked, except she was done way better. This is just another unfortunate gown. Very beautiful. We have these humongous peplums. It was just a little bit of a peplum action in the 88 on the sleeves, but we have it around the whole entire collar. We also have a necklace that was very popular to use at the time, where it's just held on with a silver string, metallic green jewelry with dark blue eyelashes and green shadow. She's just really beautiful, this doll. She also has Kanekalon in many, many, many different layers of garment. She has these standard Barbie shoes under there, the wide toe pumps, in a very beautiful pink color. And this whole dress is nylon tricot with the exception of one nylon tulle layer underneath to give it some volume. But a gorgeous doll, which I do have a review of this doll on my channel already. I did that last year. So it's nice to see an old familiar friend from a previous Christmas year. But she also is going to be a doll that we pull some inspiration from. Another doll that we're going to pull some inspiration from is this Holiday Barbie from 2009. I got this doll at Goodwill not too long ago. And I love her severe makeup, that dark eyeshadow with the platinum blonde hair and the outfit with the little jewels. Like, that's beautiful. And that's an added touch right there. This was for Barbie's 50th anniversary, so they really went out. And she really does look like 2009, to be honest with you. But I love her, I adore her. They did such a great job on her. And the real metal jewelry. Gorgeous. Just so stunning, right down to the very last detail. And I think you've noticed with these holiday Barbies, it's all about opulence. It's all about the gown.
Great gowns, beautiful gowns.
It's all about the glamour and all about the festivity of the holiday itself. And somewhere down the line, we lost that. We really did, as far as like a collector community, because Holiday Barbie, God bless her, it just gets hard for them every single year to create a new one and for it to appeal to a broad audience. But for some reason, it just kind of like feels in recent years they've just given up.
Is that tea?
I just find it so hard to believe that this is the standard of Barbie back then, and it was cheaper on top of it to purchase this doll than it is to buy a new Holiday Barbie. Now, I will say about Holiday Barbie, a lot of the Holiday Barbies, they really don't retain their value. I know a lot of people like to keep them in the box. They really think that they're worth a lot of money. Working in a public area and people know that I collect Barbies, the first thing they say is, oh, I have a Christmas Barbie. And my mom wouldn't let me open her out of the box because she said it's going to be worth thousands one day. No, like a lot of these dolls are really worth about $10, $20, like the highest you could go. With the exception of the 1988 doll, she kind of goes up for just a little bit more, like around 40 bucks. If you don't collect the Holiday Barbies and you're interested in getting one, you should look at some of these older ones. You should take a chance and buy one because you never know, you might find one that you really, really like. Because a lot of these dolls are made with so much glamour and so much quality, and the execution is always like on point. But there we are. These are going to be the inspirations for our Holiday Barbie because I've decided that I want her to be in pink. Pink, pink, Now these dolls are just honorable mentions because I think they look like Dolly Parton. And again, like, it's really hard to find these Holiday Barbies in boxes that don't look like trash. Because, you know, people like store them in their attics or they'll store them in their garages or closets. And they'll only make maybe an appearance once a year and then they'll get all dented. You know, it's always best just to take them out. And I will take these dolls out, but I just wanted to show you for video's sake. They're really beautiful. I love this one. Look at all the hand-beaded detail. Like, really, come on. You know, and this year for 2025, we got a Barbie wearing a tablecloth.
Electric chair.
Look at this one. Look at all of that. That's like individual sequins and beads. Like, hello, hello. Hello, gorgeous. They're just so pretty. And if you look at the back of the boxes, another thing too with these older dolls, they came with these beautiful pictures that you were just to like cut out and then put in a frame. And of course, at some point they started selling these ornaments. And this one is from 1992, so you can see that this was before the age of the ornament. Look how beautiful this doll looks on the back of the box. Like, this is artwork. Somebody set this Doriana up. It's gorgeous. Just so gorgeous. Oh, they are just so pretty. Now, one sad part about these vintage holiday dolls, I will say, you have to be careful about their fabrics, because sometimes like the gold fabric, you can see like right up there beside that flower, you see like where it's all yellow, it's tarnished. And this one is made with mylar fabric, and you can see like in the peplum of the sleeve right there where it has faded. And that's due to the fabric itself getting really hot, this one in particular, because if you've ever ironed this fabric to like the highest heat setting, or if you've ever put it in hot water, you've seen like how all of the metallic mylar just gets like all acrylic-y, like in its original formation. It's sad, but it is what it is. You know, there's going to be some good cases and some bad ones, so just be a little bit choosy if you care. I personally don't care. I think they're gorgeous either way. And again, back with two more honorable mentions. We have the 1997 Holiday Barbie, and we have the 1995 Holiday Barbie. These two are dolls that you can find in just about any antique mall. I've seen them so many times. But with how common they are, you would be surprised by how much some people want for these two. And I mean, I really think that they're stunning. Again, why pay for a collector doll that you're not completely satisfied with if you have something that looks like this, that you can get for fairly cheap and fairly, it's common. Like, look at that one. Look at that one's face. She's giving the nanny, isn't she?
There's no point in me saying it because she already did.
Now, something very fun about this doll, she has a blonde counterpart. And here's the blonde version. Now, the blonde and the brunette were also sold with like the same sort of, it looks like French provincial kind of background, or in the gold one. And this blonde one is a official Barbie Collectors Club exclusive. So you could only get it there. And of course, like, I think it looks so shocking because I'm so used to seeing this doll. When I see it with blonde hair, it just like really shocks me. But they're both very beautiful dolls, and for how common they are certainly a treat to own. And we have two more honorable mentions, because why not? We have the one from 2000, who I do not remember whatsoever. I, of course, see her in collector books, and I have seen her around, but like, I don't remember her as a child. I remember the one in blue. And then we have this one from 1989. And she's super beautiful. This is the second version of the holiday doll. And you can see a very similar silhouette, but totally different. She's taking a more glamorous turn, I would say. And a lot of these dolls, they came with ornaments sometimes that you could put on the tree, which was a lot of fun. That's if you cared. Look at the back of this box first. See this big blown up picture of this gorgeous doll with what looks like forever long straight hair. So glamorous. And then of course the 1989 doll, which ironically was the doll that always escaped me, but now I have so many of. And there she is. And again, it's very difficult to find these dolls with good boxes because they were thrown around every year from here and there and everywhere, but you get to see the real doll underneath. She's not as yellow as it appears. It's just the plastic. But what a beautiful treat. So the whole purpose of these holiday dolls, it was supposed to be extravagant. It was an extravagant gift. It was a Christmas wish that every child who loved Barbie just wished to get were one of these holiday Barbies because they were the premium, they were primo, and they were just simply gorgeous. And that's going to be the goal that we have today.
Weren't those holiday Barbies pretty?
No.
They really are, and they are like a art form. Just Barbie, like of that era, is just an art form. Anytime that Mattel likes to show off, I'm totally here for it. You may notice in this video that I am a little bit under the weather. I am pretty sick right now. I'm wearing about 1 pound of makeup to hide the fact that my face is really swollen. So I am really being held together with a Starburst and Dayquil.
And my diet pill is wearing off.
At some point, like where you're like, ooh, her voice sounds off, it's because I have the flu. Again, this year. I know, right? Maybe that's why I'm wearing black today, to mourn my good health.
I got cholera!
But anyway, let's get into designing a holiday Barbie and creating one. And I hope you all love what I've come up with.
Another week, another project.
Help!
So I have a random pile of crap here, and I'm going to try to make this random pile of crap make sense by turning it into a doll. Like basically, that's all I'm doing today. And the cat apparently wants to help. I mean, she's great with inspiration or rolling on shit.
Nothing like it.
Today, we're going to be making a holiday Barbie. Hey girl. And I'm very excited to do it because I've never made one before. So that is what I did here. I designed us a really pretty holiday Barbie. And I got really inspired too by Mattel because their holiday Barbies really haven't tickled my pickle in quite some time. I don't know about you guys. So I would just like to design my own. So that's what we're going to do today. I have some fabrics here. I did go online and order some fabrics because I don't have a Joann Fabrics anymore.
In fact, nobody does anymore.
Spirit Halloween never even took over that building. Talk about a curse. And the only fabric store is Hobby Lobby, and I feel like they really cater to school teachers and like people in church.
I love you, Jesus.
So like there's a lot of like crosses and a lot of apples going on in like their fabrics. So I just don't really go in there. So I went on Etsy because I was like, I'm looking for something super specific. So I'm going to try to find that super specific item online. And guess what? They don't have it. I wanted something light and pink, but also shiny and glittery. I went on eBay and I found something that I thought was perfect, but the seller took 2 weeks to ship it. And then they said, oh, I'm going to send you bronze instead. They sent me bronze.
Pack your belongings and leave.
And I went on Etsy, and at the same time, because I literally forgot that I had even ordered fabric on eBay because it took them so long. So I went on Etsy and I ordered this pink fabric. I didn't really realize like how much of a bronze undertone this has. Like I was again really going for like pale petal pink because I love this tricot and I would really like to use it for this project. Like they've not really done Holiday Barbie since 2009 in pink. With all my designs, I want to make them current, but also make them reminiscent, if that makes any sense.
No.
But I am super excited to get started on this project. Since they really don't make the fabric that I'm looking for, I think I'm just going to have to try to dye it. Is it going to look right? Probably not. So like this is like a tissue material. You don't really dye this, but I'm going to try it out anyway because this is scrap material anywho. This is as much material as I have to use on this outfit, which I'm very frightened about because it's a bit involved. Another thing I wanted to use was this tricot. I love nylon tricot and it gives a fluffy appearance. You don't have to really hem it. It just makes things look effortless and flowy and pretty, and it kind of like gives off a look of chiffon. But it looks nice. Like, see, look, the doll. She's a Sears doll, but she's pretty. Look at that. Look at that nylon tricot, right? Gorgeous. And look at her nylon tricot, Miss Skipper. She looks good, right? So hopefully this will last me a bit. I would ideally like it to have like designs, like fun, quirky little designs like what this does, but to glitter it and like do all of that, like it's a lot of work, and I want this outfit to really blend with itself. So I don't know if like adding a bunch of glitter is really the answer. I also have this tulle, And I mean, tulle is always an option whenever you're going for something like big and poofy. Like at the bottom of this mermaid dress, like I want it to be big, poofy, and, you know, completely out of control. Like I want her to have other dolls social distancing around her because she's so big. But also, this is like a shout out to my Barbie and the Rockers makeover, because this is where this fabric is from. Originally, I bought 2 of these because they were labeled as nylon tricot. They are not, they're organza. And I ordered this light pink, and then I ordered a dark pink because I couldn't decide which pink I wanted to use for my Barbie and the Rockers doll. So after a lot of debating with myself and talking to a shrink right after,
You saying I'm some kind of mental person?
I decided to go with the more fuchsia pink for the Barbie and the Rockers. And then I just like haven't touched this, and I was like, I don't even know like for what I am going to even use this for, because it's like uber specific. But this is reminding me very much of the 1990 Holiday Barbie, which I mean, where we're referencing from because we're going for pink holiday doll. I am super excited to get started on drafting out this holiday Barbie dress because I think it's going to look really good. I do have a couple of surprises for you guys too in stores, so stay tuned for that at least. Everything here I am going to use for this project, except for the cat.
Meow.
The first thing I'm going to do is draft a pattern, and then we're going to see how much material I have left as far as like this goes. So I tried to dye it, but it was a total flop. Like it's silver.
Start again, babe.
I thought, why not like put an overlay on it, and then that would turn it pink like so. And that's cute, but one thing about this fabric that I forgot is like it's not perfect in a lot of areas. Like it's missing and like flaking paint, and I just feel like that looks really cheap and really bad. It's making it look more cheap than what I want it to look, if that makes any sense.
No, you're right. It is boring and lumpy. I hate it.
I would have to do this on the back as well. This is for her big ribbon in the back because she's like a little present. But unfortunately, like it's gonna create a lot of bulk. So I think I'm gonna have to change up the fabric a bit because I want this petal pink. I don't want any other color pink. It doesn't really work with the skin tone or the other fabrics that I have. I'm really left to my own devices to create whatever I have in stock. So I'm thinking about going and doing it in satin, but I do have a worry. This doll is the first makeover doll that I ever made, and she's very glamorous, very pretty, but the doll that I'm making right now is a little bit similar to her. And what really wouldn't help is the fact that the leftover pink material that I have is actually the material that I used for this dress.
Everything happens to me. I think I'm cursed.
So I'm thinking about just cutting out the sparkly fabric altogether and going with this nice beautiful satin. But I'm super excited for this holiday doll because I feel like she's going to look really good next to all these other beauties. Another thing too, because this doll was my most recent, her outfit is going to be a little bit similar to the Holiday Barbie, but that is just because I think it's a really pretty outfit and I think that it would translate well onto a holiday doll.
Holiday dreams to make you smile, Barbie girl. Dreams of glitter and style, Barbie girl. When you open up your eyes, silver sensational surprise.
2008 Holiday Barbie.
Holiday dream for you, Barbie girl.
2008 Holiday Barbie doll is seen in Barbie and the Christmas Carol DVD. DVD sold separately.
Something I just remembered is just how like beigey pink it is, and then I put this on top, and then I was like, oh, how cute, because I pulled this material out and I said, oh, this matches like together so well, so nicely, and then I put it together and I was like, this screams birthday doll, this doesn't scream holiday doll. So I'm kind of like faced with the same dilemma of just not having the right fabric. I'm really having like a Sophie's choice right now. Like I really just like don't know what to do, and plus I'm sick, so like I'm really trying to fight through this flu and get some projects done and such, but it's so hard because I don't have the tools for success immediately like at my hands, and I feel just totally under the weather. Like I don't really want to work with it, but at the same time I really want to get it done. So, because this is like the fun part about creating, but it just really sucks that an outlet of mine was going to the fabric store, and then that's how I would get inspired, and I just don't have anything like that around me at the moment.
What do you think I should do, Sassy Lashes? Thank you, that was very helpful. I'm just making some dinner.
A witch!
Just kidding. I'm trying to dye this fabric because I just can't stand it. And to do that, I am using this red all-purpose dye. I don't think it's really going to work because this is like straight up synthetic, but it does have some synthetic fabrics on there as well. This is about as good as I'm going to get this holiday season, y'all. All right, it's been dyed, and I know what you're thinking. It looks no different, but it does. It really does. Okay, so here is the original fabric. Here is the new fabric. And I do love the original like champagne kind of like rosy tint. I think that's really pretty. But I want to go for something a little bit more lush, a little bit more feminine, more Barbie tones to go along with this outfit, because I still would like to use this material for some sort of like decorative trim. I do like the glittery patterns on here, and I wish that they could be translated onto this fabric. But when it starts to look like Glinda exploded, I think we're on the right track.
It's good to see me, isn't it?
Alright, so day 2 of being sick. I woke up looking like this picture, but we're still being creative. This is the skirt so far right now, like how I'm drafting it now. I wanted it to look more like that, like more like the 1990 doll, like way up there. But here's the problem. The fabric that I chose, it's not as nice as nylon tricot. It's very cheap. And it looks like, okay, I'm gonna be so real, like it looks like that Glinda doll that Mattel released that has like that god-awful material. It's like the same quality kind of material, and like I put it on and I was like, ew, it looks so bad. But like this looks simple and elegant, and it's giving me more of the original 1988 version where it had like that nice poofy skirt. And with the parts of that skirt that I'm not using, I can use this and like make it some sort of like creative pattern and stuff, so that way it's not just bland and basic. But right now it's giving princess.
Grandma, it's me, Anastasia.
I also started working on the back ribbon. Now I don't know if I want to add like any extra sparkle to it. Like I'm kind of liking just like how simple and elegant it looks. Like I think that looks so pretty. But we've got some layers here, we've got some nylon tricot, and then we have some netting down there. And I don't think I want to put like an actual like thick fabric skirt on there because I like this visual effect it's giving. It's giving very like ethereal vibes. And if I were to add like more layers like on top of it to make it look a little bit like crazy and different, I think that that would look really nice too. I'm going to continue to trek through. I feel a lot better now about this project, and my head's like my head's really full of, you know, crap right now, because I am sick. So I'm really just trying my best and trying to get through it, because we are at the crunch hour of this project, because I would love for this holiday doll to be ready for you all, so you all can see her on the actual holiday, and it will be like I'm spending the holiday with you.
It's the holiday season, she's the perfect reason. 2009 Holiday Barbie, wrapped in a pink shiny bow.
Beautiful.
She's a holiday sensation, a pink celebration. Holiday Barbie.
Barbie girl. 2009 Holiday Barbie doll. Happy holidays.
I have created like 3 little petals of this sparkly nylon fabric, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did with that stole like I mentioned before, and I'm going to do 2 rows, and then I'm going to cinch it all together. Gather it is the proper term, and I am going to put it on the skirt and see how I like it. So to do a basting stitch, I am going to go to my brother, no relation, and I'm going to go to its wit's end, basically, my darlings, and I'm going to sew it all together.
Wish me luck.
Good luck!
Just in case you missed that video, although you should really watch it, it's free, the Crystal Barbie makeover video, I'll show you how I do my gathering again. So we've got 2 basting stitches right over here. I'm going to pull from the top on each side. So I'm going to separate the bottom threads. You want to leave your threads really long. It's very helpful if you do that. Okay, so I've got 2 of my threads. I've got the back sides already back there, and I'm just going to pull. And you just gather along. If you only do 1 seam and then you gather, which it still works, but it gets really crazy and mismanaged. But you can see like the vision here. There we go. And we're just gonna do this until we get to the end over here. But I like the effect it's giving so far. All right, so whenever you're done gathering, it should look something like this. It just looks really pretty. Oh my gosh, you know what it's giving? It's giving Clara Nutcracker.
I'm talking about the old one. That new one they just made, I don't even know who that is.
So let's go ahead and put it on the skirt, and we'll just lay it right on top. It's very much a tribute to the original Holiday Barbies, where it's all just like so glamorous and big and poofy. But I love it.
Hooray! Everyone's a winner!
She's definitely giving like early Holiday Barbie vibes. Very cute, very cute. Now that I have the skirt done, it's time to work on the top.
Do you like this top? So gay.
So here's like a rough draft of the top, like how it's gonna look. I have gathered the sides just like I did with the skirt. And I'm gonna have to fidget with this and make it look a little bit more like the way that I want. All I need to do now is sew on fastens. We can put some embellishments on it because I do want to draw from all of the Holiday Barbies for this project as well, and a lot of them had like a bunch of embellishments. Even the 2009 one, which was the last pink one, also had some like faux diamonds, crystals and stuff on it. So I'm going to do the same thing with this doll, and I think it's going to be really pretty. I also made her these fingerless gloves, which I like, and they're double layered, so they have nylon tricot on the inside, and then on the outside they have the nylon tulle that has all the glitter on it. But I'm pretty excited to get this project on the road, and I feel like I'm at a really good place. And here it is on the model. I think it looks so dumb. I love it so far. There are some things that I want to redo and work on. But again, like, I'm really loving where this project is headed. It needs some fastens, it needs some details sewn on. It's giving a drag queen holiday Barbie, and I love it. Like, I love the camp. I think now it's time to put on the fasteners and add some finishing details.
Happy holidays, dream all night. Most glamorous sight. 2010 Holiday Barbie. Dress shimmering, hair shining. Special gift for you, holiday dream come true. Always cherish your holiday dreams, Barbie girl.
2010 Holiday Barbie doll. Happy holidays.
Oh, yay.
So I got all of her hair removed. Now I'm going to take some Q-tips soaked in acetone and work on taking off her face. A very cute face, but we're going to go for a different vibe. It's going to take me a while to get this face off because it's a UV printed, which it's great. Like if you're giving this to kids, which means they're less likely to chip the paint, but it's terrible if you're a customizer. This shit never likes to come off. So once all of her paint is gone, I'm going to spray her with our first layer of Mr. Super Clear. Here she is after her first layer of Mr. Super Clear. I tried to get off as much paint as I could, but there's only so much that I want to do. Besides, I'm just going to go over those areas where the eyebrows are and the lips are anyway. I'm going to leave her alone for about like 6 hours, and then I will come back and then use some of my watercolor pencils on her, and then I will do another layer of Mr. Super Clear. But yeah, you want to do like a layer each time that you use like a watercolor pencil, and then with your acrylics you can be a little bit more lenient on it. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone and I will come back to it in a few hours or so, and then we'll get to making her face.
We didn't need dialogue, we had faces.
All right, so I'm going to get started on her face. Some things I'm going to have on the sidelines in case I make a happy accident are going to be a clean set of Q-tips, and I'm also going to be using watercolored pencils. So if I do happen to make a mistake, which sometimes happens, I'm just going to dunk the Q-tip into the water and then wipe it right off, and that's just how it works. It's very simple. I'm not going to expect a miracle. After all, this is only one layer of Mr. Super Clear. To get more vibrant and pigmented colors from your watercolor pencils, you're going to have to do multiple layers of Mr. Super Clear, but I just want to make it sort of a template, and then I'm going to use acrylic to paint the rest. So with all that being said, let's go on in and start mapping out her face.
Do I have a choice?
No. I have some really exciting things coming for you all in the beginning of the new year. Like, for instance, the original Fashion Doll series, where we will be restoring some original 1950s fashion dolls that predate Barbie, but also inspire her. Think of it almost like a missing segment to The Toys That Made Us on Netflix. And not only are we going to learn, but we're going to fix. At least that's the goal anyway. I do have a question for you all. When was the last time you were excited for a Holiday Barbie release? Recently, I found myself, instead of being excited like I used to be, I kind of get more nervous. It just seems like with each new release, they get more bland. And maybe it has to do with the execution, which kind of makes me wonder if not one day they're just going to stop cold turkey. But what do you all think? And which Holiday Barbie is your favorite? Let me know down below in the comments. So I have mapped out her face, and I sprayed Mr. Super Clear right on top. Now if you wanted to, you can go in again with some more pigments and make it look the way that you want it to look, but I'm gonna just go ahead and go in with acrylic. That way I can start to make her look like I see her in my head.
Oh, how obsessive!
Yes! Since this will most likely be my last video of the year, I have to ask you, what was your favorite find of the year? My favorite find of the year would have to be every single one of you. And what's some of your New Year's resolutions? One of mine will have to be take more pictures. I just simply don't take enough of myself or of my belongings. And when I'm older and have time for reflection, I think it would be really special. Another resolution I need to make for myself is to make more time for myself. I'm a workaholic, it's true. I'd also like to get back into painting. Just anything to keep myself creative and busy. I'd also like to get back into sewing. And not just for fashion dolls, but also for myself, as most of the outfits I've made for myself are some of my favorite outfit pieces. Another resolution of mine is going to be not eating out as much and cooking at home. Not only is it better for you, it's also cheaper for you. And that'll leave me with more money to spend on junk I don't need. I'd also like to travel more and do more Barbie makeovers, as they are truly some of my favorite things to do. I just added some shimmer on to her lips, and I'm gonna add some to the brows. So how I do that is I take a little bit of water and dilute this shimmery paint like to where it's just water basically, and we're just going to take that above the brow. So you see that? And you could even take your finger, go over that, and look at that. Do that over here as well. All about a shimmer. Because if there's one thing about the holiday dolls, is we do want them to sparkle. So to do the final seal on her face, I'm going to take actually some varnish that's made for plastics. I'm going to use a matte on the areas I want it to be matte, like around the brows, on top of the eyelid. And then I am going to take the satin to the inside of the eyelid, and then of course to the lips. The satin's not going to be like a high gloss, so it's not going to be like super sticky looking, but it's just going to give it more interesting texture. And the matte, again, is not going to be like the satin, so it's going to be matte like in Mr. Super Clear, but if I were to Mr. Super Clear this again, all that shimmer that I put on her face would become very blocky, and we don't want that. We want her to look very seamless and pretty even still, and we want everything to blend and not really stand out. And if you would like to learn more about repainting, I already have a video up on my channel and you can find it in the tutorials playlist.
Holiday, glamorous, fashion, fabulous.
2011 Holiday Barbie.
One look and you will know she makes the season glow. The green and gold she wears, her stunning long blonde hair, her eyes, her sparkles. Most special gift of all, Barbie girl.
2011 Holiday Barbie doll. Happy holidays.
It's time to give this cutie some hair. So I went on Dolly Hair and I purchased some, it's called Ice White Saran, and I think it's going to give me like that shock quality that I'm like kind of going for. I'm going for like a Emma Frost meets Barbie meets Cunty Christmas Sweetheart meets Snow Bunny meets I don't even know. So I'm gonna go and grab some hair, and we're gonna do like a quick little rerooting tutorial in case you've never stumbled across my channel before. I do have a actual factual tutorial on it already on my channel. You are more than welcome to check the description under the tutorials playlist to find it. And with this one, we are just going to do like a brief overview of like what a reroot is. A reroot means to re-add to what was once there as far as like the hair goes, because the hair is rooted into the scalp itself. And I know it's kind of like rich for me to do a tutorial.
She lied, and I should have known better when I seen her hair.
But you are going to, I'll show you how to do this. We are going to take a single strand of hair, wrap it around your finger like so. We're going to make an X. You're going to take the needle, which the needle right here, as you can see, is pronged, which means the top is just cut off of it. Don't go on there and buy like specific needles because it's really a waste of money. You can just go to like Walmart and buy these needles, and then put your finger right on top and then pull down, and you've created a knot. Go and find you a hole worth the plucking, and as you tug, you will see that it's not coming out. So that's great. It's great news. It means that we don't have to use glue. And I know what you might be thinking, like if you are a little bit more on like the old school way method and be like, oh my God, you're not using glue. Oh, it's gonna fall right out. And I'm like, no, it's not gonna fall right out. You will be fine. You will totally be fine. And who knows? Maybe later on, we will all find out that glue is like actually bad for your dolls, and we just won't use it as a whole, because with this method you don't need to. Because after you're done rerooting, what you're going to do is you are going to boil wash the scalp. So you're going to boil the hair down, which will give it a more desirable look and appearance, but as well as shrink the vinyl in the head down to factory size. Anyway, wrap around, make an X, and put it in. There you go. We'll do it just once more together, and then I will finish it off. Wrap around, pull, and go in, and boop. There you go. Now our Barbie has some luscious hair. But also remember to give yourself a lot of grace, give yourself a lot of time, and before you know it, you'll have your doll's head rooted.
See what happens.
Make a wish.
When cherish a special holiday wish.
2012 Holiday Barbie.
Dress sparkling, hair shining, beautiful. Make a holiday memory she'll never forget.
Wow. 2012 Holiday Barbie doll. Happy holidays.
All right, so I have her hair rooted, and I think it looks really good with her. She looks like a little frosty ice queen bitch. And I put it like in a faux ponytail because I'm gonna put it in a real one later, but like in the design, like where you see, like I have a lot going on there and then right here. But I'm gonna have a bow pretty high up on the back. She's gonna have a lot of detail. So I'm like really contemplating on not having her hair like super long, like maybe having it to like right where my pinky is right there, and then like curling it up, because I think that would be really cute. But I also don't want to like cut it all off because she looks so gorgina like this. But I of course want you to be able to see all the detail work that's going to be going on behind her. She's gonna look like a big fat present. She really is. Also, side note, look at this little clone doll I found. She is in like a clone Barbie wedding dress. This is a bubble cut clone by Unita, most likely Wendy. But yeah, she just looked really cute, and I was like, oh my goodness, for like $12. I was like, why not? Something about these Unita dolls, like as you can see, like their fingers, they all look chewed up, but they're not chewed up. That's actually just like how they were molded, because they were trying to give you like what's on my fingers right here. They were trying to do that for her, but it, like, to me it just looks like somebody just like was chewing on these fingers. But that was the dolls, and this doll's pretty sturdy. I'm telling you, like she's a heavy girl. She's pretty sturdy. She beats Barbie quality today. I think that she's probably a little bit heavier than a current day fashionista. But anyway, enough about her.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on.
This is all about the holiday Barbie we're making. So right now she looks a little bit goth. So let's go ahead and get with it.
Eventually.
I have all her hair in curlers. Look at that side eye. I am so excited for this doll. I think she's going to be absolutely stunning. So now I'm going to give her a boil wash. And if you have any questions on boil washes, you can go check out some of my other videos. I will leave a link in the description on like how to do doll hair and stuff. But this is just like a simple little style that I'm going to do for her that I think is really going to look glamorous if I can pull it off like how I see it in my mind. But so far, so good. I'm very impressed with this doll, and I cannot wait to show her off to you all. Oh, yeah. Today we're going to add some diamonds, honey. We're going to add some jewels to this Barbie. Oh, she looks so cunty. I love it. But we're going for like a look like her jewelry. Like I gave her some of the original Superstar jewelry. I blown it up and made it bigger because I think it looks more campy, like more animated, which I like. I love that. You know, she looks like, you know, the 90s and the 80s threw up into the Y2Ks, and I adore that about her. But before we add some diamonds on her neck and on her wrists, if you know, you know.
That was the silly goose police. You need to turn yourself in.
I really can't wait to see how she looks because I'm super excited. But of course we've got like the little armbands over here, the fingerless gloves, and they look pretty cute. And I made her some pantyhose, and I made her little shoes. Look at those cunty shoes. They look like little pussycat kitten heels. I put bows on them to kind of tribute the original Holiday Barbie shoes from 1988. She used the Perfume Pretty Barbie shoe mold with the little bows on top. And then I made her this little bracelet and put glitter all around it. She's gonna look so campy and so pink and just so quintessentially Barbie. Like, it's gonna be crazy. And when adding crystals onto doll clothes, I find that you want to, especially like given like the vibe of it, you want to pick some that are for scale. Like, you don't want to use a lot of these more larger, bulkier ones because it's going to overwhelm it and turn it from looking collectory to playline. And so I've got like a bunch of crystals from my time making those Disney dolls, like way back when, that I've just not used. As you can see there, I've got several of them, but this is like one of them. I bought this one specifically for Aurora, and I love it because some of them change from blue to pink.
Make it blue. Merry weather. Make it pink.
With the hair all done and all the accessories laid out, it is finally time to have the grand reveal of my very first Holiday Barbie. From a doll that started off as a humble mermaid, these are the best kinds of dolls to give transformations. And for me, it's always worth it to see their final glow up in the end. This happens to be my Christmas gift to you. Happy holidays, and I hope you enjoy the new Holiday Barbie. This doll was a spontaneous delight. She went from a complete completely unplanned project and turned into something that I'm genuinely so proud of. She reminds me of vintage Barbie, but with a new twist. I'm very happy that I decided to go with the color pink. I think it makes her stand out in front of all of the other holiday Barbies. When I design these Barbies, I always try to design something that the little girl inside of me would like to play with. And I really feel like I've accomplished that with this doll. This doll has a little bit of Christmas magic of her very own. With just a few minor adjustments, her ball gown turns into a mini skirt. And that leads me to ask you, my friends, what do you think of this new holiday Barbie? Would she be a Barbie you would like to see under your tree? Let me know. She was a real treat to me, and now I feel like every year I should make my own holiday Barbie. Whatever you celebrate, happy holidays. From my family and my collection to yours.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video and this makeover. This happens to be one of my favorite ones, and if you like it, like I like it, I'm probably gonna do it every year, because why not, you know? Let me know what you think of Holiday Barbie down in the description box below. I'm very curious to hear which one is your favorite. Do you like this one? Let me know. And I wanna give you all a special thanks. This is going to be my last video of this year, which is crazy to think. I feel like this year just started, but I guess it didn't. This year was a very big year for me, and I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I really do mean that. I love every single one of you. I love to see you all down in the comment box below. I love to hear from you and get to know like how you're doing and what's new and what's added in your collection, your thoughts, your input. It's very important to me, and I just want to say thank you all so much for being here, because I don't think I tell you all enough. I would not be here without you, so thank you all very much for hitting that like button and commenting and also sharing with all your friends. I hope you all have a very festive holiday season, and I thank you all so much for joining me here for Christmas. You guys are the only ones I'm able to actually spend Christmas with because I am sick. So in a way, you all are like my extended family. I hope you all have a fabulous holiday. Remember to be kind to others, but most importantly, be kind to yourself. And with all that being said, have a fabulous rest of your holiday, girlies, and have a fabulous and safe rest of your year. Bye-bye.
For 30 years, the Barbie holiday doll has been inspiring traditions. This holiday season, you can celebrate your own special moments with the 2018 Barbie holiday doll. Dolls each sold separately.
Well, good night, Betty.